I never thought much about the little noises in our apartment. The creak of the old pipes, the distant hum of the elevator, the faint shuffle of footsteps in the hallway long after midnight, none of it ever really bothered me. But the night my roommate, Lily, vanished, the silence that followed was worse than any sound I had ever heard. It started as an ordinary evening. She was sprawled across the couch, scrolling endlessly on her phone while I tried to study in my room. At around midnight, I heard her laugh at something, a quick, sharp sound that echoed against the walls. Moments later, I heard her pacing near the closet in her bedroom, opening and shutting the door. I assumed she was looking for a sweater. Then, without warning, her footsteps just stopped. I didn't think much of it until the next morning when her door was still closed. I knocked, called her name, and waited. Nothing. I pushed the door open, half expecting to find her sleeping in, but the bed was untouched. Her phone was on the nightstand. Her keys, wallet, even her shoes all still there. The only thing missing was her. The police didn't take it seriously. She's an adult, they said. She probably left on her own. But I knew Lily. She was flighty, sure, but she never went anywhere without her phone. That night, alone in the apartment, I swore I heard her laugh again, soft, muffled, as though it were coming from behind her closet door. I tried to convince myself it was my imagination, but deep down, I knew something wasn't right. The sound came again the following night, faint, drawn out, and eerily familiar. A voice. Her voice? Lily's. I was sitting at my desk when it happened, staring blankly at the glow of my laptop screen, pretending to do work. The laugh trickled through the silence like a memory pressing its way back into the present. My heart lurched as my eyes darted toward her closed bedroom door. I told myself I wouldn't go in. I told myself I'd leave it shut until the police finally decided to care. But then I heard it again. Hello? It was her. Whispered but unmistakable. I crept into her room. Everything was exactly as it had been the day she disappeared. Bed neatly made, curtains drawn, her perfume still faintly lingering in the air. The closet loomed at the far end, tall and narrow, its door slightly ajar. I stared at it, pulse hammering in my ears, every instinct telling me not to open it. Please, the voice whimpered. It wasn't loud, it was almost as though the closet itself had swallowed her whole, her words seeping out through the cracks. My hand trembled as I reached for the doorknob, but when I pulled it open, the closet was empty. Nothing but neatly hung clothes, a pile of shoes, and the faint scent of dust. I stood there frozen, listening to my own ragged breathing. And then something moved. Not in front of me, but behind the wall of the closet, where there shouldn't have been any space at all. A shuffling, dragging sound. The laugh came again, louder this time, bouncing off the walls as though Lily were standing right next to me. I slammed the closet shut and ran. I didn't sleep that night. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, listening to every creak and whisper the apartment offered me. The sound of her voice, her laugh, still clung to me like static. By morning, fear had twisted into something else, obsession. I had to know what was behind that closet. The landlord wasn't much help. When I asked if there was extra space behind the walls, maybe some sort of crawl space, he gave me a flat stare. Old building, lots of strange gaps, nothing dangerous. Don't go prying around where you don't belong. He said it too quickly, like he wanted me gone. I started digging anyway. I went through Lily's things, though the guilt gnawed at me. Her journals were mostly empty, but in the very last one, tucked under a stack of papers, I found something that made my stomach sink. Sketches, dozens of them. All the same thing, a door. Not her closet door exactly, but one that looked eerily similar. The drawings got more frantic as they went on, lines pressed harder, pages torn from the pressure of her hand. Beside the last drawing, she had scrawled a sentence over and over, it doesn't stay shut. That night, I set my phone to record audio and left it inside the closet. Hours later, I replayed it with trembling hands. At first, it was just static. Then came the sound of breathing. Not mine, not Lily's, something deeper, heavier. And then her voice cracked and pleading, "It wants me. Don't let it out." The recording ended with a sharp bang, like the phone had been knocked over. I rushed to the closet, but when I opened it, the phone was gone. By then, fear wasn't enough to stop me. Something had taken Lily, and now it was reaching for me too. I couldn't just sit and wait. I armed myself with a flashlight and a hammer, determined to break through the back wall of the closet. The first hit echoed through the apartment like a gunshot. The plaster cracked, crumbling away to reveal darkness beyond. Not insulation, not brick, just black, empty space. My breath caught in my throat as a cold draft rushed out, carrying with it a smell of damp earth and rot. I pushed the beam of the flashlight inside. What I saw wasn't possible. A narrow corridor stretched beyond the closet, carved into the walls like a tunnel that shouldn't exist. Scratches lined the sides, deep grooves, as if someone had clawed their way along. And then, from the end of the corridor, I heard her, Lily, her sobs, her voice hoarse and broken, calling my name. "Please, please help me." I crawled in before I could stop myself, the flashlight trembling in my grip. Every instinct screamed to turn back, but the sound of her desperation dragged me deeper. The tunnel twisted, narrowing until I had to squeeze sideways just to move forward. The air was heavy, suffocating. Then I saw her, or at least I thought I did. At the end of the tunnel, crouched in the shadows, her face pale, eyes wide. "You came," she whispered. Relief washed through me until I noticed her hands. Long, wrong, fingers too thin, too sharp. When she smiled, I realized it wasn't Lily at all, and I was already too deep to escape. The thing wearing Lily's face crawled toward me, its movements jerky, bones cracking with every shift. The tunnel walls seemed to close in tighter with each step it took, sealing me in with it. My flashlight flickered, and for the briefest moment, its face slipped skin, melting away to reveal something raw and grinning beneath. "Stay," it whispered in Lily's voice. "I'm not alone down here." Behind it, dozens of eyes blinked open in the dark. My chest seized as shapes began to move, unfurling from the walls themselves, thin, twisted figures, all whispering in a chorus that sounded like Lily, echoing and overlapping. Some voices begged for help, others laughed. I swung the hammer wildly, striking the tunnel wall. The plaster crumbled again, revealing slivers of light. I clawed at the opening like a madman, desperate for air, for escape. Behind me, the thing shrieked not with anger, but with hunger. At last, the wall gave way, and I tumbled back into Lily's bedroom. The closet door slammed shut behind me, rattling on its hinges. For a moment, everything was silent. I thought it was over until I heard it. A soft knock, then another. Then her voice, calm now, almost sweet. "Let me out. I just want to come home." The police still don't believe me. They think she ran away. But I can't leave this apartment. I can't abandon the door. Every night, the knocking returns. Every night, her voice grows louder. And sometimes, when I'm too tired to resist, I almost answer. Because deep down, part of me wonders if that's not Lily in the closet, then where did the real one go?